Hey guys, what's up? pitmarthroy here, and welcome to a quick update video. This is being done live, so yes, I am making the mistake of playing a game and racing while going over this update. But it would give me something to do while I'm actually updating, so... Obviously, the big go-to question is, why the heck have I not been updating in the past couple months? A lot of people have been asking about that. There's been a couple different reasons, one of which I'm going to hopefully try to fix right after doing this update video. But starting down the line, obviously classes have been starting up for me again. Right now, this is the 17th of February. It's like midnight, so it just turned February 17th. But I've been going through university classes, and when you're at a senior level in college, pretty much all what's left at this point is going to be very high-level stuff. It's going to be very high-level stuff. And because of that, there's one class in particular that is an English class, which I'm fine with English, don't get me wrong. That's half of my subject matter alongside mathematics. But I have the head of the English department for that class, and so it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. And to give you an idea of what this is like, this is for just the reading section alone. We're not counting the writing and everything else. She will assign a novel on Monday. It will have to be read by Wednesday class, and then on Wednesday we will discuss the novel. And that same Wednesday, we will be given another novel, and it will have to be done by Friday. And so, we're getting 2 days, or depending on if it's the weekend, a little bit longer, to read an entire novel. And the shortest one we've had thus far has been just under 250 pages. I think it was 247 or 248. So, it's been eating up a lot of time. Like, I'm still a pretty fast reader, but we have to take notes in the actual novels and whatnot, which I hate writing in books that aren't meant to be written in. I already feel awful about that enough, but we don't have a choice in the matter. And you can just imagine from that alone, plus everything else in that class, how much time that takes up. The other three classes are at least dealable, but this one's just absolutely ridiculous. And in addition to that, I've also been sick for, well, I've been sick 3 different times in like the last month because the weather here has been especially bad. Okay, I don't know what happened to that shell, but it just vanished. But in the span of like a month and a half, I managed to get a cold, which is like, okay, yeah, you know, no big deal. That always kind of happens, usually once in from winter to spring and once from fall to winter. That's just kind of a gimme. So I ended up getting that. I ended up getting the flu for my dad because my mom has an incredibly bad immune system, and so I had to literally keep him away, like literally take him and push him other places so he would not go and bother her because he was sick. Whenever he gets sick, he just basically wants somebody to wait on him hand and foot, and my mom can't do that because if she gets the flu, it can actually legitimately kill her. And so instead, I got it. And then after that, he got better, and during the time I was sick, he managed to get pneumonia, and we had to do the exact same thing over again, which means I also got pneumonia right after getting the flu. So, basically, I felt awful, and all of what little energy I had was spent on school. There's been a little bit of work here and there, but the primary thing has been school and being sick. And on top of that right now, thankfully, recording should be a little bit easier if I at least have time in the next couple weeks. And that is solely because my folks are not here right now. They are actually at the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix. Reason for that, again, if you haven't heard this story before, and I don't say this to be a sob story because it's not. In fact, I'm probably the only person not griping about it, but the point still stands. I don't say it to be a sob story, these are just the facts. These are just the facts. But she has been there because her stomach has been getting worse and worse because she's got a chronic genetic illness that basically makes it to where her stomach, well, how do I put this in simple terms? Your body has something in it called antibodies that will attack things that try to invade your body whenever you get sick in order to get rid of them. She has a disorder that is an autoimmune deficiency, and so it will try to send something into her stomach to attack a virus that is not there. And because that energy is being expelled, the virus, or the antibodies have to attack something, and therefore they just decide to attack her intestinal wall instead. And it can't really be fixed because it's on a cellular level, so a transplant wouldn't really work. You can stall for time by taking out the bad sections. My gosh, being brutal with those red shells. You can take out sections of the intestine, but you can only take out so much, of course, and it will slowly start to regrow. And so she had to get a surgery done, which got done actually yesterday, where they took out some of her intestine that was so bad that she was literally not able to process food. as disgusting as it sounds, basically she would be able to eat something like, say, an orange wedge, and whenever she went to the bathroom and obviously, you know, removed that from her body, it would look exactly the same. So, like, she was literally not processing any of it. Again, very disgusting, I know, but that's what's been going on. So she got that surgery done. Everything is, as far as I'm aware, is fine. They'll still be there for another couple weeks because they've got to make sure there's no complications while she's recovering with that. So I do at least have the house to myself, but that also means that I'm having to watch out for not only the pets, but her parents also live in the same town that we do, so I've got to keep an eye on her parents, keep an eye on her sister and her sister's son, and keep an eye on her other two siblings as well, but particularly that sister, because usually she's trying to hang around here with my mom, but since my mom is not here, you know, there's not much she can do. And pretty much on top of that, everybody has been getting sick around here because it's that time of year, but to put this in perspective on exactly how much the temperature's been going up and down, Sunday morning, keep in mind this is a Friday, Sunday morning it was almost 90 degrees, it was about 87, 88. Monday morning it was about 30. So the temperature has just been flying off the handle, and it's been getting everybody sick because, you know, when temperatures change like that, the body's not quite sure how to react to it. It's starting to get to the point where pollen and junk is, you know, coming back to life and just making things that much worse, etc. So aside from schoolwork, being sick, and having my mom be in the emergency room, and yes, in case you're wondering, since my dad drove her there, she did in fact get the flu from him anyway because he would not leave her alone, and so by the time they got there, she had about 103 fever. Let's see, there's something else on top of that, I'm trying to remember what it is. I didn't do anything for my birthday, really. I mean, I went to class because all my classes are, I have all my classes on Monday, Wednesday, so I have class from pretty much 8:30, well, 8:30 is about when I leave, until about 4:15 in the afternoon non-stop. Like, I have maybe 20 minutes of a break, but that's not really enough time to do anything other than just, like, have a small enough of a break to get some homework done before I actually have to start my next class. So I didn't really do anything for that, but as I take a sip of my Powerade, yes, I did actually have a birthday recently. And yes, I'm racing bad because I was taking a drink of Powerade and therefore only had one hand on the controller. But no, my birthday was on the 15th, so I'm now officially 22. There were a couple people that did actually send me messages about that. Obviously my parents did because they felt bad that they couldn't be here for it. But by and large, it was not that bad. Just had classes and then basically went home and went to bed. Once you hit around the 22 mark, you really don't do anything special. 21, everybody's like super tempting you to drink, but even then I didn't really do anything for my 21st either. There was something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. I know, excuses. I'm trying to think what that other thing was, though. Oh, I remember what it was, because it's on my desktop right now. I had lost the audio for the next 3 things I was going to put up. Well, yeah, the next 3 things I was going to put up with Mario Baseball, and the next, the final trial map for Fire Emblem. So at some point I will have to do the commentary for those again. I thought I could get away with that. And that will finish off Fire Emblem, that will leave Mario Baseball as the only project I'm doing right now. Hello. As the only project I'm doing at this point in time, so they'll probably be done relatively slowly because there's not any breaks from university until spring break happens. And because I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start methods, which is like the last thing you do when you're an education major, that means I'm going to be going through a lot of testing. I've got to get the testing done in my content area, and that's a test that's 5 hours long with no breaks. I've got to get the Thea done, which is another test which is not as bad, but I still do need to get it done at some point, so I'll probably do that sometime like late February, early March if I can get away with doing it pretty soon. Don't need that bomb. Appreciate the thought, but no, I'm good. But after this, I am going to go and record the post-commentary for those. And so that should be at least 4 more videos. I'll try to get them edited and put up. Keep in mind it is about 12:30 at night, and I do have a couple of my classes on Friday, so I do want to get to bed at a relatively decent time. So I might just do half of them before class and half of them afterwards. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, thanks to a little bit of unforeseen things like getting sick, and then also having to upkeep more because I'm taking care of stuff my folks can't while they're gone, work's just kind of started to pile up everywhere. But morale-wise, I've actually been doing a lot better. I mean, being sick wasn't fun, but I wasn't exactly in low spirits. I was just sick, not really the same thing. At least not for me, they're not. I do miss doing this track. Rainbow Road's so much fun. Kill them all! Kill them all! Get him again! That was beautiful. Good job. Okay, that happens. But yes, morale has been much higher. 22nd birthday was like a big one for me personally because, well, we'll not get into it, but let's just say this is like a big one that I've been trying to get. This is like my over-the-hill birthday, basically. Something was supposed to happen this year, and it did not come to pass. And I'd been told that it was going to happen around this time since I was about 8 years old. And so it has been plaguing me for about, I thought I was going to get him with that. For about 13 years, and to see that it did not happen is very, very, very much a welcome sign. I thought that shell was going to come back and hit me. I legitimately did. So yeah, I will try to update more, but there's no real promises. It's only going to be if I can find the energy, and also if homework decides to slow down, and as with university, it probably won't do that. The big thing for all of the clubs has already been done for the school year, and so really they're not going to let up anymore. I was going to try to get away from that, but not by jumping off a cliff. Good gosh, whoever's putting those there. Alright, I guess we'll just not hit that one either. That's cool. I did not want a mushroom on this. I guess I didn't want that, you know, item box either. That's fine. So hopefully that will explain everything. I will try to get back to it soon. As for what project I'm doing after this, I honestly have zero idea at all. Something a couple other people have asked, am I going to be getting a Switch or doing Let's Plays on them? At some point, I will be getting a Switch. I will probably not be getting it at launch, because since our... Okay, that shell looked really weird while it was flying off there, but apparently it still hit. Since our insurance decided not to cover for this surgery, pretty much any of my excess money... I mean, I did get birthday money and whatnot, so I have saved that at least, but any excess stuff from work is going towards my mom's surgery, and that is from my own choosing, not from my parents. They did not ask me to do that. In fact, they told me not to, but I did it anyway, because it was the right thing to do. Shoot! To the moon, Alice. Just getting hit in this spot is like the worst. Just getting hit right whenever you land on a booster straight after and you just go flying off like that. It's the worst. That will not be aimed at me, sir. That's somebody else's problem. Unfortunately, I think it got destroyed because they were in this. I don't think I'm going to catch them. Oh, maybe. It did actually hit them, wow. Oh, I thought I got past them. Nah, the shell wasn't fast enough. Oh well. So yeah, we'll probably not be getting the Switch at launch if it decreases in price, which honestly I think 300 is pretty reasonable. I would probably pick one up at some point, but I would also rather save for travel money right now anyway. If I could get away with doing a vacation this year, that would be fantastic. But I also need to get more actual work hours in on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I don't have classes. So it's a combination of I need more work, but I also need to, you know, make sure that we can get through this surgery as a family and not have, you know, be dealing with medical bills out the wazoo after it's all taken care of. And for the most part, it pretty much has been. So at least there's that going for it. I'm really disappointed I couldn't get that last first place win, but oh well. So that is pretty much the long and short of it. Again, I know it's been kind of a long update video, but it's at least something. I will try to get these 4 done as fast as I can. I probably won't throw them up like one straight after the other. I will try to get probably the Fire Emblem one first, just so we can have that project officially completed, and then I will get the other 3 Mario Baseballs. So this weekend, I will probably try to get the Fire Emblem one done, and one of the Mario Baseballs done, and actually, like, post it up on YouTube. And then the week after that, I will try to get the other 2 baseball ones done. If there's any recording time in there, I will try my best, but there's no promises on that. Obviously, the schoolwork comes first, because I need to get out of college at some point. As weird as that sounds, I do actually have to get out of here at some point. And yes, I am still dealing with a little bit of the remnants of that pneumonia, but really it's just trying to get the excess fluid out of my lungs. So it's just a mild cough. Thankfully, I don't have any of the other symptoms. And before this, I would not have been able to record at all because I would have just broken into a terrible coughing fit. And even this has started to destroy my voice. Probably because I haven't talked on YouTube for a little while. Last video I recorded has been... Oh, let's see if it'll show up on here. It will not, unfortunately. Well, that's a shame. It's been a while since I've recorded, let's put it that way. But though I've been doing all this, spirits are high, so there is at least that going for me. Things have been going a lot better, at least for me personally. Apparently no one else around me seems to be having that same idea, but for me personally, things have been going a lot better, actually. It's just the being sick, and again, that's not really, like, feeling bad like my life is going nowhere. It's just kind of like, oh, I'm sick, but I'll get over it eventually, because that's how being sick usually works. You get over it or you die, and my immune system's plenty fine, so I got over it no problem. With that being said, thank you all for dealing with the massive lack of updates. Hopefully everybody is getting through their middle school, high school, university, whatever they're doing at this point in the year without too much trouble. Again, I will try to update more often, but no promises. This is more just to explain... That looks really creepy when it's zooming in on your face. I don't think I've watched this credit scene all the way through before. But either way, now you know what I know, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you for the next Fire Emblem video, which will be going up hopefully very soon. And after that, more Mario Baseball. After that, I will have to figure out what I am exactly doing. So, until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later!